Hey, family. Welcome to Riding the Phoenix podcast. This is Empress Nairobee. I'm your host today. And I have a special guest, a couple special guests that's going to be on with us today. Amesa with I Give Sage Advice, and Vooda, who has a business called Vooda Life. And I cannot wait to share them with you because it's going to be a special podcast today. I'm going to be talking about land ownership. Yes. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hello, family. We got you on. Welcome, welcome.
Hey.
Welcome, sis. Welcome. Thank you for joining my podcast. And this is my sister, Amesa. We got brother Vooda. And we have little baby Cuckoo Bear. That's my mama right there. That's my little mama. I love her.
We give thanks. We give thanks.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for joining. I'm so grateful for you guys being on with me today. I wanted to. I told everybody I already have the intro, and I already shared with our listeners that we're going to be starting this conversation and talking a little bit about land ownership. So I'm going to turn this music down. So I wanted to know if we could go a little bit into how you guys met. I wanted to talk a little bit about you, and if you could talk a little bit about yourselves and how, just give me a little bit of an excerpt about you, about both of you.
Well, I could give you the story, but I feel like she'll give you a better story than I would.
Okay.
Okay, so we met through like a mutual friend from randomly through like middle school that I knew since middle school, and we were both in New York at the time, and we ended up being at the same performance place. I was doing open mic, he was doing his spoken word stuff, and we didn't see each other the entire time. I was actually sitting down painting at a table, and I ran into this amazing kid who I ended up talking to the entire night. I'm just like fascinated about all the things like this little person has to say. I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. Come to find out it was his son. The entire time I was talking to his son. And he came looking for me because he had my painting in his hand. He's like, I've been looking for you the entire night. You're this artist, and I've been trying to find the person who painted this. I'm like, wow. Whole time I was sitting here, you were looking for me. It was just all divine alignment. So it's kind of crazy. And we kind of just always stayed in touch. We stayed friends, and we were friends for years. Now we're here. We have a family.
That's beautiful.
We're doing it, sis.
How long have y'all been together?
We've been together in a relationship for almost 3 years now.
Awesome. Now, where y'all from?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, we're from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. New York.
Of course.
Hey, all day.
All day. Now, where y'all at now? Where y'all living at?
We're in Atlanta.
Okay.
For now.
We transitioned, 2 years ago?
Yeah, we moved out here about, I want to say 2 years ago. A little over 2 years ago. And we're in Atlanta right now, but we're going to be in
now that's how we met. I met y'all in Atlanta when we had the We Buy Black Convention Center. That was way back in 2019, right? August of 2019.
Yes.
Right.
We met there, but we were still living in New York at the time. We were just like coming down to do the show, and we ended up doing the show. Coincidence as well. It was something that just kind of happened, and we came out to Georgia, and the vibes were just great. Like, the entire We Buy Black convention was beautiful.
Yeah, shout out to Mashari. She the one who
got us out here.
Yeah, kind of pulled us into the whole Atlanta scene, and it kind of trickled down to us meeting you and us eventually moving out here, and then eventually land ownership.
Right. Yes. That's I felt like it was a divine meeting as well. It was very synchronistic in the way that it was assisted of it.
It was a lot of synchronicities.
And I felt it. It was just like an amazing type of energy, just like riding that high out the entire time. Like, we're in Georgia, we're doing this business stuff out here, this exposure, just meeting all these amazing, beautiful people and reflections, melanated people at that, all congregated in one space. So it was beautiful. And then we met you, and all of that was so divine. It was just like instant. Wow, I see you see me, just the familiarity of everything. It was beautiful. So
yes. I give thanks, sis. I remember when you were in the bathroom, and I said, this woman, I feel like she's psychic or something. She's reading my mind. That's what I was feeling. And then at the time, I remember you walking up to me and you were like, hey, sis, do you sell herbs? Sell this particular herb. You was looking for bergamot. I think that's what it was called.
Oh yeah, I was looking for bergamot.
Yeah, and so at the time I was on my farm in West Virginia, and I had herbal, I had herbs for sale, and I had different products that I was selling at the convention center. And so bergamot was one that I was like, no, you know what, I don't know about that one, but I'll look into it for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm glad that you and I connected. That was a beautiful connection, and you also gave me some tips, cosmic wise. So yeah,
it was mutual. Like you did a roundabout to my table. You came with all these goodies. I love your stuff. I literally just got out the shower with everything on me. I was sitting there the whole time. Like I got to tell her I was late because I was putting on all her cream. But
I appreciate that.
But yeah, your stuff is amazing. And then when you came through with just this goodie package, I was like, now I'm gonna have to sit down and really understand who this person is here, because I really felt the energy. And then from there on, it was just like, yeah, this is my sis. I definitely know you. I feel you. Everything was just natural, organic. It took zero effort or energy. Our conversations, we could talk for hours. It was just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm on the phone with my sis.
Yes, it feels like we've known each other forever. And I know during that time, actually, I was married at the time, but then I transitioned and I went through quite a bit of a journey in my transformation. Right. All of it I explained in my book, my new book that I just wrote, Magic of the Mind, Power of the Tongue. And we have all the details in there.
In our library.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait for your feedback on that. But I know that we decided after all these years, after all this time, I know that you and I have been talking a lot about getting back on the land. We had great intention on getting back on the land, trying to find some farmland with everything that's going on. And so then all of a sudden you came to me, or you saw a post, and it was with the organization called Here After Farms out in Georgia. So I wanted to let you kind of go into that a little bit about how you kind of came across that and how that whole thing started.
So that was also everything that I feel like this journey that we've both been on with each other since we've kind of met has just been divine. Everything's been kind of synchronistic. So the Hereafter Farms, we've been seeing their post on Instagram for a while, like reposting it, not really knowing who these people are, just like looking at the mission and what they're doing. Like, yeah, that's amazing. That's dope. And I had a friend that I went to high school with that also lives out here, and I saw him in one of the pictures. So it gave me like this is a real thing. They're in Atlanta. So we kind of just communicated on that a little more. And then we both ended up reaching out to Hereafter Farms, and they communicated with us, and we just started speaking from there on, and created that bridge, that real understanding of what they're doing, what their mission is. And so we went from there. We got that communication. We met them in person to see the land, and we eventually ended up getting our ownership. And you have your ownership as well. So after seeing those posts, I just passed along the message, like, sis, they're doing great things. This is a real organization. What they're doing is not something that I see a lot of people doing on that scale. So seeing my mutual friend that I went to high school with, being in that picture, being a part of this, it just gave me that surety, like, okay, this is something that we could probably look into. And now we're here. So it's just
what
amazing.
We always wanted, right? We wanted to be a part of a community, or at least that's what they're building. Can you go a little bit into it?
Before the Hereafter Farms, though, we were in sync with even leaving the whole country. Yeah. And we were building on that whole concept of, dual citizenship and getting land back on the motherland. And it, not that it didn't happen, maybe didn't happen yet, but with the whole COVID situation, it kind of transitioned into, well, let's just create that here.
Yes,
use what we have, where we are, because we are where we are for a reason. And it must be a reason that we're here, and that all of these things are happening for us so easily here. It's almost effortless. Like everything is just aligning smoothly, happening on its own time that it's supposed to happen. So I feel like it's what's supposed to happen. We're supposed to do this here. We're supposed to build our community, which is something we've all individually, I feel like, wanted before this even happened. So it was just like, I know majority of my life, I'm like, I want a community. I just want to be around love. I just want to exist in nature.
And that's why we left New York. We left New York on that mission of building that community. we were doing it we were going to do it by ourselves.
Mhm.
And then we
Yeah.
found some other brothers and sisters who were on that same page.
Right.
Yeah.
And the unity aspect, it just makes more sense for us to come together and do it instead of trying to do it individually.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's starting small, but it definitely, I feel like I definitely feel like it's gonna grow into something bigger where it becomes the cool thing to do now, as far as building our own communities around the globe, everywhere. And instead of looking for handouts, doing for ourselves,
Right.
Exactly.
So it was all divine the way it all happened, because that's why we left New York, and to find other people who are on the same page and want to do it right now and not just talk about it. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's just like the energy of it all, because a lot of people have talked about doing it for a long time. We have friends that still talk about doing it, and it's like, let's just do it. Like, we have this opportunity, we have ourselves, we have each other, and that's really all we need. So it's about just putting those words into action. And I feel like it happened with Hereafter Farms. We had that great communication. They already had the vision. So, and it's just that open communication. Like, they're really community family based. They're based in, truth and helping our people get out of this mindset and this reality that we're living in. And that's all aligned to what we're doing. So we're completely here for it.
And I'm grateful for you sharing that information with me as well. Because you showed me the post, and then when I started looking at the post and everything, I think my concern was, it's the founders is from the Nation of Islam. You got Brother Ben X and you got Brother Farrakhan, right? So it was like, well, how do you guys feel about that? And I remember asking about that, and you said, you guys told me, well, it's just all conscious based. They're really everybody who's on the same page collectively. They're all on the same level consciously, just conscious people. So I felt like that was a concern. And I wanted you guys to kind of talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a concern for us too, because we're not Muslim. We're not a part of the Nation of Islam. And I love that they don't discriminate against that. And at least not that I've seen, not that I've heard. When they speak about it and have been asked the same questions, they're just pretty open about the fact that if you're family based, you're here for truth, you're here to help our people, like, let's do it. And there's no discrimination there.
Yeah, I appreciate they live by a code.
Because I feel like that code is going to, not everyone is spiritual to that state. Some people need structure, and we don't discriminate. We accept you as you are, as long as you do you, and it don't harm us doing us, we're good. So I love that accordance. So I'm not worried about them being a Nation of Islam. I feel like it's a great place to be if that's what you believe in. I grew up in a Muslim household. My dad and my mom were both Muslim when I was a child, so it's not something I'm not familiar with. I have tons of Muslim friends, so I feel comfortable with it. I understand the belief system, and again, I love the structure that it creates for some people that need it. So
yeah, not everyone. You don't have to be Muslim to be part of it. That's not their goal at all. It's to bring like-minded individuals who want to live on the land, grow our own food, live sustainable, and create legacy.
And build a community.
And that's what it's mainly about.
That's beautiful. Build a wonderful community. They're gonna have hospitals. They're gonna have all kinds of stuff.
Everything in house. Yeah, we don't need to outsource anything. Pretty much anything that needs to be built as far as factory wise and fabrication, we can do all of that together. It's not really hard. It's just letting go of that ego and wanting to come together as a community
shifting
and see the bigger picture.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because we could come together. And I feel like we just feel like we don't have that structure. We don't feel like there's a lot of us that's on that same page. And even this experience is more eye-opening for me, because I'm always like, where's everyone that wants to do this? It's not enough of us. And now we're out here on the land. We're meeting all these amazing like-minded individuals. I'm like, this exists?
Yeah, it was mind-blowing.
That's crazy.
It came out of nowhere.
It's just like, we just need a shift in our perspective to really understand that there are people on a wider scale, and many different varieties that want to do what you want to do. And as long as you're in alignment, that alignment's going to come to you and it's going to reflect in your life.
Ashe. Yeah, I come from a similar
Hey.
background. So it was like a Hebrew Israelite
Mhm.
background. So I'm familiar with the code, the Islamic code, or the code, if you want to call it. So,
Yeah, it's a, some people need certain structure in their life
Mhm.
to you know flourish,
And develop
and
spiritually, mentally,
yeah, and everyone has their own individual path,
and belief system.
and
exactly.
people, there's levels to consciousness where people learn about certain things and then outgrow it, and learn about other certain things and then outgrow it, and it just becomes your own personal journey,
Hmm.
That's what I
but
love.
it's not about trying to talk about someone, or how do you say it,
Discriminate.
yeah, like you discriminate against someone because of their beliefs,
Exactly. And I
like,
don't feel that. I don't feel that energy from this at all.
At all.
Because for me,
oh
it's
yeah,
like,
definitely.
to me, the religion, my religion is love, at the end of the day. And I feel
Right.
like at the end of the day, this is kind of where they're headed towards, and everything is very humanity based. It's all about
Yeah.
humanity, and it's very
You gotta start somewhere,
Mhm.
you gotta
yeah.
start somewhere,
Yes. So now, what do you plan to do with your land? Because you got 1 acre, I got 1 acre, and brother, what's your brother's name again?
Brother Judah.
Judah. So we're all gonna be like right next to each other. We're planning on being right next to each other, have our lots right next to each other.
We're gonna be neighbors.
We're gonna be
And
neighbors.
we plan on doing amazing things, sis. You already know this, but
Yes, I want you to say it
talk
though.
on
Say it.
a larger scale, we really plan on just going in accordance with nature, pretty much just doing everything sustainable, try to get everything as recycled as we can, as in alignment with nature as we can, using sustainable earth methods to build. So we've been looking into this for years.
Eco-friendly, green
Eco-friendly
alternatives, building.
Right. So this is something we've been looking into for years. So different earth ships, earth bags, straw bale, cob homes, aircrete, hempcrete. It's literally endless. And these are ways that our ancestors used to build things. And I feel like the way that we live life now, just because we don't have the knowledge how to build on a normal scale where it's normal, like, yeah, let's build a house. It's almost foreign to everyone where you're gonna build a house. So I feel like going on doing it the way our ancestors did it, just tapping into ourselves, nature is what we want, being as creative as possible. I feel like what we're going to create is beyond what we can even see right now. Like, we've been sketching out stuff, we have drawings, ideas, tons of it, but it's like when we get there and we see the land and we really feel that for ourselves, I feel like it's going to create its own vision and it's going to grow from there.
And it also expands beyond our land.
Mhm.
So we're part of a community where we're actually in the beginning stages of creating basically a town.
Mhm.
So we have to implement everything that we would need in that town on our own community piece of land, So
Mhm.
the things that we want to do with our land is going to be able to be extended to the community land. So
Right.
creating a wellness center where we're able to teach alternative methods as far as
Medicine making, just
all
understanding
aspects of healing,
herbal knowledge.
knowledge of thyself,
Mhm.
spiritual guidance, Kusa.
Hey, she's gonna have a part in this too, Cuckoo.
Uh-huh.
That's my cuckoo.
And yeah, and just create safe spaces for people. A lot of safe spaces. There's plenty of land for us to, do whatever is imaginable.
Right.
And that's the most important thing. Is like whatever you can imagine, literally can be done because there's enough space.
Right.
And that's the main issue with kind of a lot of the things that we complain about is we don't own anything.
Right.
Right.
So the only way you can own anything is by having the land to create that you want to own. So that's a huge kind of weight off our shoulders, knowing like we have so much space that we can, whatever we can imagine, we can literally manifest. So if we want a clothes factory where it's all hemp clothes and all natural, so we don't have to worry about the chemicals and all that stuff, boom, we got enough people we can, create that for ourselves. And as far as food and agriculture, all aspects of life. We can literally manifest it with the space that we have.
Yes, beautiful. I'm so excited. Yes, yes, yes.
Super
You.
excited. And then we're
Yeah.
gonna have, the little temples in between the spaces for, spiritual ascension and,
Yeah.
all those little goodies and hidden gems and stuff on the
Yeah, our
land.
land is gonna really be dedicated towards healing as much as possible. I know that there's a lot of things I want to do as far as like just different baths and different types of spaces that encourage energy flow and just healing and
Yes.
purifying and cleansing. So I know we're gonna just really tap into that when we get on there.
Yeah,
Just
we
excited.
can't say too much
Can't
over the
say it too
airwaves,
much.
I know.
The alphabet boys, they be listening. So.
Yes, I know. But we've got major plans. So
A
so
lot
now
of good.
you guys have wonderful businesses. So I want you to talk a little bit about your business and give the listeners information about your business. So if you could talk a little bit about yours. What you go first, sister.
Okay, so I have a holistic business called I Give Sage Advice, and it's an intention-based holistic business. It's what I feel separates my holistic business apart from a lot of others. Because we have teas, we have different herbal medicines, we have different body products and things of that such, and are all made by hand, all natural, all made from the earth. And intention is a large part of my practice. It's just putting that healing energy in there, that loving energy into the butter, and just putting those affirmations on the labels and all the products so that it allows people to take everyday activities and making it, more spiritual, more mindful into that. So you could take a bath or you can literally cleanse your aura. It's really up to you.
Yeah,
But just putting that out there and putting that program in your mind, like, I could just make this butter that I'm rubbing on my body a more self-healing experience. So
Did he bring
that's
some?
yeah, he's like, I got the product. So this is like one
Yes.
of my healing clay masks, which can be used in the hair, body, skin, face, and it detoxes toxins from the body, the hair, wherever you place it pretty much. And it's
Beautiful.
not new.
I
It's
tried
not
the soap. The soap is fabulous, by
right.
the way. It's awesome. Yes. What is this?
So
What
yeah,
is this?
this is my divine masculine hydrating body oil. And here it says intended to inspire, soothe, heal, and transform, because they're all made with herbs, and those herbal intentions I place into these products. Well,
Scrubs.
so everything that you need, my house, right?
Yes. Yes.
And it's just, I feel like it's very therapeutic for me personally, because working with the herbs, it's healing within itself. And it definitely allows myself to get that healing energy, and allows me to extend the gifts that I have onto others. And I feel like a lot of people that have purchased anything from me, we've gained an actual relationship. I have amazing relationships with all my clients and customers, and we speak regularly about like their personal lives, health, wellness. And that's just the kind of community I want to exist in. We're not just shopping, we have a connection. You know who I am as a person, you know my heart, I know yours, I know what you need. You can hit me up like your sister. Yes. So I feel like that's what sets our businesses apart, and that they are created with intention and to inspire and uplift you on every level, not just your physical, not just your skin, but like your mind, your energetic body, your spiritual space, like just you as a being. So I make all kinds of stuff. We together create a whole bunch of things beyond just like our businesses.
And what's your website?
So you can find me at igivesageadvice.com or at igivesageadvice on Instagram, social media.
Perfect. Thank you, sister. I love your products. I'm so glad. And we barter and trade all the time.
All the time.
We love it. And brother Vooda.
Yeah, between y'all two, y'all got the best like skincare
I
stuff.
use all of our stuff together every day.
Yeah, like you honestly, you got stuff that I never even heard of, and it's just amazing.
Thank you.
Spikenard.
A spikenard, yeah, that's
spikenard butter. We gotta get you up on the energy of spikenard, because I was studying spikenard, and it has some potent energy that comes with love, healing, and a lot of things.
It is magical. It's a magical product. I love it because it actually heals it takes the inflammation out of the body, so externally it will remove that. You can even drink it as a tea. So yeah, we got some
You can use it in a
Magic.
bath. What I've been seeing on it is that it helps a lot with uterine and womb issues within women. So when you break it down and you soak it as a tea and put it in your bath, it's very healing for your lower reproductive regions. So
Sissy
really
Leone,
amazing
girl.
herb.
So now, brother Vooda, share with us your products, please.
He makes amazing stuff.
He does.
Well,
I bought some of his stuff too.
I do a little bit of everything. I make clothes, I make music, I do videography, I do documentaries with my son. I make organite rolling trays.
Nice.
So I don't know if you could see the crystals and copper, and so I make these. These are one of a kind, one of ones.
Beautiful.
And stuff like this also.
Oh, the ankh.
So this helps with radiation from the Wi-Fi where it raves and EMF
negative
and
energy.
So what's in that?
Meditative states.
That's the organite. The organite's in that as well.
Yeah, this is a ankh pendant.
Gosh,
necklace pendant. And then I do stuff like this.
Ooh, fire.
I didn't even know you made the ankh with the organite in there, so that's new. I have some clients who actually need that. So I'll send them your way.
Too. He just makes organite in general. He's the person to go to.
I love it. That's beautiful.
I
bought a sweatshirt. I have a sweatshirt like that.
All kind of stuff like that.
And you did that by hand, and you can
tell
customize
us
it.
the symbols you use. He's really powerful. The whole inspiration bar.
Yeah, I basically try to bring spirituality back into the forefront of just our culture.
Can you explain the
so
symbols?
So a lot of the clothes we wear, they they come from brands and basically people that don't represent us.
Right.
And a lot of their clothes has, coding in them. So what I do is I revamp it and, put some of our ancient symbols as far as like protection. So I have a little bit of Egyptian symbols in here. I have some sacred geometry. These are African symbols. Sri Yantra. This is my logo right here, Vooda. And just customize and do one of one pieces. Sankofa, got to remember our past to know where you're going, right?
Right.
So a little bit of that. I make music. My website is not up right now. I'm like redoing my website, but Instagram is VOODA LIFE, Vooda Life, or on YouTube, you can check out mostly all my content on YouTube at Vooda Life.
Okay. And do you have any music on SoundCloud?
Yeah, so SoundCloud is Vooda Life. Everything would be Vooda Life. I'm not on Facebook because I got I'm hacked or banned. I don't know. I can't access my Facebook right now. So SoundCloud, it would be Vooda Life. And I have a small series with my son on there called Vooda and a Duve, The Enlightened Child. You could check that out. It's a cool little like 3-4 part series.
Amazing.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll grab the links from you and put it in the description for our clients. Yeah. So I really appreciate you both being on with us today.
Appreciate you.
Amazing. Yes, you guys are amazing. You have beautiful energy. I love your family. This cuckoo bear.
You are our family. We love you. Come on back.
I'm coming back. Oh yeah, definitely coming back. So I want to say thank you again. And for the listeners, if they want to reach out to you, they have your information. I'll make sure it's in the description window. And then for your music, I actually probably would see if I could put a little clip here at the end of it so that they can kind of hear some of your music and get a little clip of it at the end of the show. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, definitely appreciate that.
All right, much love. We're gonna have you guys back if you don't mind, as the land grows. And as you guys are doing stuff, we'll try to update everybody and let them know what all you got going on.
That's
everything
cool.
We're gonna have going on real soon, sis.
Yes, we. I don't know why I say y'all, but we. All right, I love you both. Much love.
We give thanks.
Sis, give thanks for just holding space, and we love you infinitely.
Ashe.
Appreciate you.
Always. I appreciate you both. All right.
Peace and
And
love.
peace
Peace.
and love. Peace. Peace.